0-1 Chiefs, 1-0 Steelers at a rain-soaked Heinz Field. Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, and the Chiefs looking for their first win in Pittsburgh since 1986. Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, and the Steelers looking to beat the Chiefs for the fourth straight time. Something's gotta give. First play of the game, and Kareem Hunt is gonna take the carry and fight his way to a 12-yard gain near midfield. 2 plays later, Mahomes is gonna squeeze it into Travis Kelce on the crosser, who's gonna pick up 17 with the run after catch to the Steelers 35. Then on 3rd and 13, Mahomes again looks to throw, steps up and finds Travis Kelce, who's wide open, and picks up 22 down to the Steelers 17. And after a sack, Chiefs face with 3rd and 15, but it's Mahomes using his legs to buy time before hitting tight end Demetrius Harris for 15 yards in the first down, where on 1st and goal, Kareem Hunt takes it up the middle for his first touchdown of the year, and for the second week in a row, Kansas City scores 7 on its opening drive to give them the lead. After a Steelers punt, Chiefs with the ball, and Mahomes again using his legs to get outside, and this time he's going to run as he pulls away from Cam Hayward, taking it up the sideline for 34 yards into Steeler territory. However, the Chiefs fail to convert, and on 4th down, something you almost never see in Madden, as a field goal is missed and the score remains 7-0. Into the second quarter now, Chiefs again with the ball facing a 3rd and 9, where Mahomes hits Sammy Watkins for a pickup of 15 and a first down, and then 4 plays later, Chiefs in no man's land, and Andy Reid decides to go for it, and the decision pays off as Mahomes hits Kelce for 5 yards and a first down. Next play, the give goes to Kareem Hunt, who has lots of room on the right side, picks up a block, and is going to take it 22 yards down to the 10-yard line. And after a loss on 1st down, it's Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill, who muscles his way into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown catch of the year, as the Chiefs take the early 14-0 lead, but not before some imaginary sword fights. Steelers offense making its first appearance over halfway through the second quarter, as Roethlisberger hits Antonio Brown for 18 yards near midfield. Next play, it's Le'Veon Bell picking up the first down as he takes it off the right side, cuts upfield, and picks up 11. But 3 plays later, 3rd and 17, Roethlisberger looking for it all, going deep for Juju Smith-Schuster, but it falls incomplete, forcing a Steeler punt. 3rd and 10 for the Chiefs after the punt. Mahomes looking to throw, but it's Cam Hayward shedding the block, sacking Mahomes, and forcing the turnover. Steelers take over at the Chief 25, where 5 plays later, Roethlisberger back to throw, gets great protection as he stands in the pocket before finding Antonio Brown in the middle of a bunch of Chiefs. Halftime score would be 14-7. Steelers start the second half with the ball, and on 3rd and 6, Roethlisberger finds Ryan Switzer for a pickup of 8 and a first down. 2 plays later, Roethlisberger steps up in the pocket and delivers a dime 23 yards to Eli Rogers down to the Chiefs 21. But on 3rd down, Roethlisberger looks to throw and tries to go to Antonio Brown, but it's Orlando Scandrick getting his hand in there to knock it away, forcing a 35-yard field goal by Chris Boswell to cut the lead to 14-10. Chiefs looking to respond after 10 unanswered points and give to their workhorse Kareem Hunt, who picks up 11 off the left side for a first down. Later in the drive, 3rd and 1, Kareem Hunt takes it off the left side again, picks up the first down, and pinballs his way to a 7-yard gain, but you see at the end of the play, holding is going to bring it back, but Mahomes and the Chiefs unfazed as they convert again on 3rd down, this time through the air as Mahomes fires a strike to Travis Kelce, picking up 17. 3 plays later, 3rd down one more time, and Mahomes throws short of the marker but lets Tyreek Hill's speed do the rest as he picks up the first down and 22 yards to convert. But 2 plays later, Mahomes with the play fake and the instant pressure from Bud Dupree results in a sack, and with the heavy wind in their face, knock the Chiefs out of field goal range. Under a minute to go in the third, Chiefs with the ball back, and on 3rd and 1, it's Hunt with the nice gain to pick up the first, but once again, holding on the Chiefs is going to bring it back, but the Chiefs offense continues to be resilient as Mahomes threads the needle to Travis Kelce for another 17-yard gain to end the 3rd quarter. Then to start the 4th, they go right back to the ground as Kareem Hunt takes it up the middle and runs through Sean Davis for a gain of 15 yards, and the momentum continues to roll for the Chiefs as Mahomes play fake, stands in the face of pressure, and lays it right on the money to Travis Kelce for 26 yards down to the 5, where on the very next play, Kareem Hunt takes the carry off the left side and goes untouched into the end zone for his 2nd score of the game to put the Chiefs up 21-10 in the 4th quarter. Ensuing drive, 2nd and 10, and Roethlisberger gets great protection as he has all day to throw, but he tries to fit it into Eli Rogers, but it's Kendall Fuller with the incredible interception over the shoulder while also keeping his feet in bounds. However, the Chiefs would go 3 and out and punt it back to the Steelers, where on 3rd and 5, the Chiefs bring the blitz. Roethlisberger gets away and the user tries to go up to swat the ball, but takes a bad angle angle, gets no reaction, and dives face first into the ground, which is going to allow Ryan Switzer to take the catch 75 yards for the score. And then following the touchdown, Roethlisberger with an eternity to throw, looks and looks and looks before finally tucking it under and sliding in for 2 points. And just like that, it's 21-18. Chiefs need to respond, and on 2nd and 10, a 10-yard pass to Sammy Watkins gets the Chiefs a first down near midfield. Chiefs then turn to the ground game where Damian Williams cuts back and picks up 6 yards on a 2nd and 5 to move the chains. 2 plays later, it's Kareem Hunt taking it up the middle and pushing his way forward for a 9-yard gain to the 33. But with 6.5 to go, Mahomes looks to throw and steps up too far as Stephen Tuitt sheds his block and drops him for the sack to force a Chiefs field goal. And this time Harrison Butker is true as he nails the 48-yarder to push the lead to 6. Steelers with a chance to take the lead, and on the second play of the drive, they give to Le'Veon Bell, who bounces outside, cuts upfield, and gets it near midfield for a gain of 14. After an incomplete pass, it's another pickup of 14 as Roethlisberger lays it right in the bucket for tight end Vance McDonald, who makes the catch. A holding penalty on first down backs the Steelers up, and on 3rd and 16, Roethlisberger throws to Le'Veon Bell, who makes the catch, spins out of bounds, and the Steelers opt to punt on 4th and 10, giving it back to the Chiefs, who run twice to take it to the 2-minute warning. And then on 3rd down, immediate pressure gets to Mahomes as he's hit as he throws, forcing a Chiefs punt. But Dustin Colquitt is going to blast an 82-yard touchback with the wind at his back to flip the field and put the Steelers at the 20. 1:15 to go. Roethlisberger again with all day to throw, but again tries to thread the needle, but it's going to be knocked down, bringing up 4th and 7, where the aggressive pass rush comes back to haunt the Chiefs as Dee Ford jumps off sides, making it 4th and 2. But Dee Ford atones for his mistake as he comes off the edge to stuff Le'Veon Bell for the loss and a turnover on downs. Steelers still with 3 timeouts, and the Chiefs choose to run the ball all 3 downs, only picking up 4 yards, but forcing the Steelers to use all 3. And then on 4th down, Andy Reid sends out Harrison Butker for the 52-yarder to put the game away, and he absolutely buries it into the net to put the Chiefs up 9 and solidify the Chiefs' first win in Pittsburgh since 1986. After 6 turnovers last week, the Chiefs only turned the ball over 1 time this week. Kareem Hunt has a big day as he carries 27 times for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mahomes was efficient and effective, completing 17 of his 26 passes for 221 yards, with Travis Kelce going over 100 yards receiving as well. Outside of the one big play, the Steelers' offense was held in check and only gained 303 total yards of offense as they fall to 1-1. The Steelers will head to Tampa Bay next week to face the Buccaneers on Monday night, while Kansas City will head home to Arrowhead for their home opener against the 49ers. So we moved to 1-1 and get a nice win there. I wasn't expecting to win that game, but it ended up going a lot better than the first. I feel like I'll be able to keep the interceptions in check, but the one thing that is going to be getting me every game is going to be the sacks. The line play is just awful, and it's extremely frustrating watching your guys basically stare guys right in the face and then just let them run by. Not all of my sacks are like that, but I take at least 2 or 3 a game where guys just don't block. But we held on and moved to 1-1 with the 49ers coming to town in our next game, so that'll be interesting to see if we can keep the momentum going and pick up another win. But once again, there were no injuries this week and no scouting until the next video, so not much else to go into. So we'll jump right into the CFM news, where we always start with scores from around the league. And week 2 kicked off with the Ravens taking down the Bengals 27-10. Moving to Sunday, the Panthers win a big divisional matchup with the Falcons 28-27. The Redskins beat the Colts 38-35. Titans take down the Texans. Eagles squeak by the Bucks. Dolphins go to OT with the Jets and pick up the 16-13 win. Chargers stifle the Bills and handle them 17-6. Vikings beat the Packers. Saints handle the Browns to extend their losing streak to 19 games. 49ers beat the Lions, and then in the surprise of the week, the Rams fall 45-7 to the Cardinals at home. Jaguars take down the Patriots in an AFC Championship rematch. Broncos over the Raiders, and then on Sunday night, the Cowboys easily beat the Giants 31-10. And then lastly on Monday night, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks go to Chicago and pick up the 19-13 victory. So with that, we take a look at the AFC standings. We're starting with the East. We find the Miami Dolphins all alone at the top with the other three all a game back at 1-1. The North sees the Steelers and Ravens tied at 1-1, while the Browns and Bengals both remain winless. In the South, the Jaguars get a big win over the Patriots to move to 2-0 and sit atop the division, while the West features a pair of 2-0 teams in the Chargers and Broncos. Moving to the NFC, the Eagles and Redskins are a combined 4-0 and sit atop the East. The Vikings are the lone unbeaten in the North, while the Lions and Bears are both winless, and a gap is already presenting itself in the South as the Panthers and Saints are 2-0, while the Falcons and Buccaneers are both 0-2. And then lastly in the West, we see a four-way tie as everybody is 1-1 after 2 weeks. The AFC Offensive Player of the Week was awarded to the Jaguars' second-year wide receiver D.D. Westbrook. The Oklahoma product averaged over 17 yards per catch as he caught 7 passes for 120 yards and a new franchise record 4 touchdown catches. Westbrook's huge game played an integral role in the Jaguars beating the defending AFC champ Patriots 35-23. To the NFC side, former number 1 overall pick Alex Smith takes home the award in Week 2 for the NFC. The former 49er Chief and now Redskin quarterback was spectacular, completing 26 of his 39 passes for 359 yards and 3 touchdowns to no interceptions to help Washington earn a 38-35 home victory over Andrew Luck and the Colts. A Los Angeles Charger takes home the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for the second consecutive week as cornerback Trevor Williams brings it home this week. Williams tallied 5 tackles and broke up 2 passes, but his 2 interceptions were a big factor in the Chargers holding the Bills to just 2 field goals in their 17-6 win in Buffalo. The NFC Defensive Player of the Week goes to Sean Lee of the Cowboys. The 2010 second-round pick racked up 10 tackles, all of which were solo, in addition to a sack and a pair of pass breakups. Lee and the Dallas defense stifled Eli Manning, Saquon Barkley, and the Giants and dropped them to 0-2 with a 31-10 Sunday night victory. Moving to the league leaders, the passing yards category sees our former quarterback and NFC Offensive Player of the Week Alex Smith leading the way with 664 yards. Tom Brady sits right behind at 650 yards, while Andrew Luck and Ryan Tannehill entered the top 5 for the first time, and Carson Wentz drops to 5th. As for passing touchdowns, Carson Wentz and Blake Bortles sit atop the leaderboard with 7 apiece. Tied behind them with 6 touchdown passes each are the Redskins' Alex Smith, the Patriots' Tom Brady, and the Colts' Andrew Luck. Jaguars running back Leonard Fournette jumps from 5th to 1st with his 168-yard performance against the Patriots, while Ezekiel Elliott puts up 128 yards but falls to 2nd. Rounding out the top 5 are newcomers Devontae Freeman and Alvin Kamara, and then Todd Gurley, who drops from 4th to 5th despite rushing for 97 yards in Week 2. The top 5 for rushing touchdowns sees many of the same faces as Devontae Freeman and Alvin Kamara lead the way with 3 rushing touchdowns each. Behind them are fellow rushing leaders Leonard Fournette and Todd Gurley, as well as our very own Kareem Hunt, who cracks the top 5 with his 2 touchdown performance in Pittsburgh. Quincy Enunwa of the Jets continues to lead the way in receiving yards after 2 weeks with 247 yards. T.Y. Hilton jumps from 5th to 2nd and is the only other receiver with over 200 yards receiving. Following him are a pair of tight ends in Austin Seferian-Jenkins and our own Travis Kelce, while Lions wide receiver Marvin Jones rounds out the top 5. The Redskins' Jamison Crowder sits atop the receiving touchdown leaderboard for the second week in a row, but this week has company at the top as AFC Offensive Player of the Week D.D. Westbrook joins him with 4 touchdown catches. Willie Snead, our own Tyreek Hill, and Ryan Grant are among others tied behind them with 3 receiving touchdowns. To the defensive side of the ball, Joey Bosa added another sack against the Bills to push his season total to 4. Calais Campbell, Kenny Clark, and Khalil Mack also all added a sack to their total, while Von Miller is the only newcomer to the list and is tied with the trio with 3 sacks. The top 5 interception leaderboard features a cluster of players with a pair of interceptions, and 2 of the 5 come from the Los Angeles Charger defense. Desmond King picked us off twice in Week 1, and then as you saw earlier, Trevor Williams was the Defensive Player of the Week for the AFC with his 2 picks in Week 2. John Johnson remains on the board but didn't pick up an interception in Week 2, and top 5 newcomers include the Broncos' Brandon Marshall and Packers' Tramon Williams. As we look to the Week 3 schedule, the Browns come home for a Thursday night matchup with the Jets where they look to break their winless streak like their real-life counterparts. Moving to Sunday, the Falcons desperately need a win at 0-2 as they face the 2-0 Saints. Packers head to Washington, Colts travel to Philly, Bills at Vikings, Raiders on the road at the 2-0 Dolphins. Broncos have their eyes set on 3-0 as they head to Baltimore. Bengals at Panthers, Giants at Texans in a battle of 0-2 teams. Titans at Jags in another crucial AFC South matchup. 49ers come to Arrowhead looking for a win in Kansas City for the first time since 1982. Afternoon games kick off with the battle for LA as the 2-0 Chargers take on the 1-1 Rams. The Cowboys head to Seattle and Chicago heads to Arizona. And then finishing the week off with the two primetime games, former Patriot coordinator Matt Patricia faces his old boss in Griffin Murphy as the Lions host the Patriots. And then finally on Monday night, the Steelers look to bounce back from their loss to the Chiefs as they head to Tampa Bay to face the Buccaneers on Monday night. Alright guys, that's going to do it for Week 2. Join me next video as we face off in our home opener against the 49ers, and then following the game we'll talk about some draft stories and scouting as that enters the mix, and then as always I'll take you around my CFM with scores, standings, and league leaders to keep you updated with what's happening. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and the win that moves us to 1-1, and as always, thanks for watching.